Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City, and I'm going to do another trailer reaction. This time, I thought I would look at the film that made me cry as a child. It was the first time I ever cried at a movie, and my mother has certainly not let me forget it. She laughed while I cried, and it was very traumatizing on multiple levels. That film is 1991's My Girl, starring Anna Chlumsky, which is a hell of a stage name, Macaulay Culkin, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis. If you've seen it, you know why I cried. If you haven't seen it, maybe I'll fill you in after we watch this. Without any further ado, here's the trailer to My Girl.
There he was, just a walking down the street.
We're leaning onto the song already, which is a little cheap.
Dad?
I'm embalming my high school teacher.
They run a funeral home. Dan Aykroyd sews up dead people and stuffs them. It's a picture of Nixon in the background, tells you what the time period is.
The girls don't appreciate her.
I only surround myself
Macaulay.
with people who I find intellectually stimulating.
Oh, no, they're perfect
The
together.
guys are a little afraid of
So
her.
sweet. This is very coming of age, and the obsession with death is kind of very Stand By Me-ish. Another movie cheaply named after a song. So much just childhood bonding.
Things are changing for everyone.
Have you ever kissed anyone?
This scene made me want to kiss someone. It turned out to be not as good as this, certainly.
I'm going out with
Dear
Shelley.
Lord.
I'm very nervous.
Dan
Since the
Aykroyd
last
just looks
time
so
you dated,
dumpy.
Something happened. The sexual
Oh,
revolution.
Lee. What is he wearing? Who dressed him? Dear Lord. This is not Aykroyd's finest look.
It's 2:45.
The crazy grandmother, similar to the crazy old lady in The Wedding Singer.
Send our vibes out.
The writing teacher.
Feel my aura.
I don't think I'm allowed to. I'm going to marry Mr. Bixler.
Nice mild pedophilia joke there.
He'll give you all A's and won't be fair.
Kids don't know how the world works, but they're trying to figure it out. That's the important thing. She doesn't want Jamie Lee Curtis dating her dad, which is, a common anxiety I have.
Them too. No, you can't.
Oh, look at them. It's so 90s. But like the 90s, the 60s, and the 70s as the 90s saw
When
them.
you get older, friends stop being friends. And not Veda
no.
and me. She'll always be my girl.
From the producer of Parenthood,
They were going to spend their whole lives
Columbia
together.
Pictures presents Dan Aykroyd, Jamie
Why
Lee
is everyone
Curtis,
so wistful and
Macaulay
happy?
Culkin,
No!
and introducing Anna Chlumsky.
Introducing Anna Chum. This is her big break.
For what?
What if you don't get to marry Mr. Bixler?
I guess.
You wanted to marry her, even as a kid. Oh, God. Okay. Pull it together. Pull it together. So, I will fill you in now. It's a spoiler alert, but I'm not upset giving it to you because I think it will prepare you emotionally if you decide to watch the movie. Macaulay Culkin fucking dies in the movie, and I was not ready for it. It's not even hinted at in the trailer, and it just rips your fucking heart out. I will tell you that. He kicks a bee's nest by accident, he has an allergic reaction, then he's dead. And it's terrifying. And the girl, she's surrounded by death, and then her best friend dies. She's kind of like a harbinger. Everything she touches just dies, which is a very pleasant thought. Dan Aykroyd looks terrible here. He was so slender in The Blues Brothers, so slender in Trading Places, which is where he first got together on screen with Jamie Lee Curtis. So this is very cheap just to revive an existing cinematic companionship. So they already rely too heavily on the song My Girl, which is kind of bullshit. I hate when they do that, name a movie after it, like Sweet Home Alabama. It's like, go fuck yourself. Just come up with an original title, be endearing and catchy on your own. Jamie Lee Curtis looks fantastic. She looks wonderful at the top of her game. What happened to Dan Aykroyd? You know what I think happened? I think he started putting on a little weight a couple years before this, and you didn't realize it because he was always in the Ghostbusters jumpsuit. And then this same year, 1991, he put on weight for another role. That role was in Nothing But Trouble, which is another crazy, horrible film that I should probably watch the trailer of to give you some more context and just how insane. What a trajectory. You do My Girl and then Nothing But Trouble. It's so very, very bizarre. The kissing scene is like, you know how they say like men watch porn and they think everyone's a sex freak and it distorts their mind. I watched this as a kid and I thought every girl just like wanted to talk about life and death and then we could kiss. No one wanted to talk about life or death or kiss. And I found that out the hard way, being the kid who often wanted to talk about life and death. Macaulay is in between Home Alones at this point. So this is like really his peaks. He makes that, you know, commercial, wacky family film that everyone loves. And then this is kind of like, you know, a more serious, real film. And then Home Alone 2, a couple years later, is like click, 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 Richie Rich. Do you know what I'm saying? And then Anna Chlumsky was fantastic. And then she was, you know, this is like her debut in a starring role. And then she was around for a bit. And then she took a hiatus. And like, fucking good for you. Because you showed up. You're like 8 years old, whatever the hell you are. You make a masterpiece. You're fantastic in it. The world falls in love with you. Why take that gamble again? Get the fuck out of there. Don't worry about it. Emotionally, I'm getting that feeling again. I'm getting the attachment. They don't mention Macaulay's death in the trailer at all. And it's a hook. It's like that generation's Marley and Me. I imagine them sitting around the boardroom looking at the script and say, let's kill Macaulay. That'll be a good idea. And, you know, I mean, after this was eventually Richie Rich, so maybe death was the better option. God bless.
Guests of the RJ City Show, subscribe to his channel, follow him on social media, and buy his t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/RJ City.